Good morning. We're here with Esteban out in Avalon or out here in Palm Springs area.
Good morning, Bob. We're gonna work today to have a little demonstrations how to set a handhole for a single family residence. And we just want to try to give a little information what is the main tools and what we need to know when we place in a handhole. The first thing is we need to know where we are located. And I am using the tablet to locate my location and the handhold that we're going to place is this one right here. And this is important because we need to know where we're working and what's the limits that we have, because it is a curb and gutter, it is a sidewalk accessibility, so we need to make sure we place the handhold in the right positions. So this is the first thing that you're gonna need to know where you're working, and that way you know what can be probably the limits as obstacles that you have to place a handhold. We have right here the main uh, tools that we need to be able to dig a handhold and place a handhold. Of course, a shovel. Without shovel, you're not gonna be able to dig a handhold. Another tool that we're gonna need is the level, because we need to make sure we understand the level that we want to put it in, and having the level is a priority. Since and many people probably gonna ask why he got the level since the beginning, because I need to know to avoid digging more or less. I mark my pipe since the beginning, and of course I have the sawzall that I'm gonna use to cut the pipe on it, and my main tools, my tape measure, because that's gonna give me the way how to I can measure it. Marker. Those are you have to be. Those has to be. That is not like an optional. Those has to be with you. It has to be with you, and this has to be with you all the time. Not you don't have to, but you can use a paint tool to mark where you're gonna dig the handhole. This is a 17 by 30 handhole. That's the measure for the window. Sometimes, depending on the handhole that you place it on, it's gonna be probably a little bigger the bottom, the hole that you're gonna dig. So it's different brands, different. There is a plastic, or can be what they call RPM. There is a composite concrete with fiberglass, and is what they call a fiberglass. So that one is open from the bottom, so your hole is gonna be bigger. So understanding that is where you painting and see exactly what you're gonna place, how you hole is gonna be dug. So like in this case, the handhole is more vertical, so my 1730 is really close to the minimal of the handhole, so I will go a little bigger. So my hole right now is gonna be open 20 by 36. So this in this case, this handhole is gonna be placed going towards this side. So what I usually do is just get my position, and I say 10 to get 20. So I got 20, and I just do it like. And now I need to go from that line 36 inches. So now I kind of, and I know what I'm gonna dig.
Okay, a quick question here is how do I know which way I'm going to put my handhold? Like you just quickly said, I'm going to move it to this side. How do I know it doesn't go that way or that way when I set the handhold?
Thank you for the question. In the print, it tells me distances. So this handhold needs to be no less than 8 feet from the pad structure that is going to be on that location right there. You can just point the pipe right there. So when I measure this one to the center of the pad that is going to be right there, so I barely have a little more than 8 feet. So if I take this handhold right there, my center of the handhold would be, so I'm gonna be closer to the pad. So the print give me measurements to guide me how we're gonna place. Another thing is this position is giving, the print is telling me the handle has to be lined up, not going to the opposite side. Why is that? Because we have a sidewalk right here. This section right here is the cut already pre-cut for my line for the sidewalk. This joint right here is gonna join the curb that is located right there. So I need to be off the sidewalk minimal 6 inches when it's possible. So that's kind of give me the information that I need to place the handle in the right position. Now we're gonna go to leveling the distances because we need to know how high or how deep we're gonna get this. This handle is gonna be placed because based on the distance that we have from the curb and gutter. So we need to put that in consideration. I usually go checking the level. You see I have my level right here, Bob. This level is telling me this curb is going up to that position. So that's the high point. So I just go and get, the first thing I do is get my level. Okay, this case is a little short. So you guys maybe can use anything you have, probably piece of wood or something that can help you guys to get the level to this one. And I got my always the level in this position. So now the bottom of the handle is the top of, and I can just get my level right here. Now I have the level of the curb and gutter. What is the next thing that I need to know? How high from this curb, because this curb, as you see, is going up and it's gonna be a sidewalk. So what is my difference? This curb has roughly to say 2% increase or going up position. So this, from this point to this one, I have roughly to say about 1.25 inches higher when this sidewalk is gonna go right there. So we need this handle to be a little bit higher of the curb and the sidewalk. Why? Because when it's dirt, it's raining or something, we don't want this one to be a drain position. So we always want to have, Edison wants to have the handle a little higher than the final surface.
What's the height over final grade?
Edison wants to keep it from 1 inch, handles from 1 inch to 1.5 inches. That's pretty much what they wanted. So like in this case, this handle, I need to have this handle no less than 2 inches, but no more than 2.5 inches. That's because of the distance, because it's gonna be a sidewalk right here, and it's a curb that is already closed, so I need to be in the middle point of that. So I already lost 1 inch for the 2%, plus 1 inch minimal, 1.5 inches max that they wanted. So like you say, I'm gonna leave it 2.25 inches, and I'm gonna be in the right. I already have my level of the curve. So what I do, just to have already that information on my mind, I go those 2.5 inches higher, and what I say it's gonna be 2.25. So now this is gonna be the top of my handle. So now I know that my handle is gonna be right here. The handle upsell is 18 inches, but I need to have 6 inches of rack underneath the handle. So now I know that from this point, I need to dig 18 plus 6 is 24 inches. So from this mark, I already know now how deep I'm gonna go. So all of this section right here is gonna go 24 inches deep from this mark. So, okay, I say the great tools, this soil right here can say is a good soil to dig, because it's even though it's a little rocky soil, but it's sand, so you usually don't need like a sharpshooters or digging bar, and I can say most of the time because it kind of falls, but you want to have a bigger hole. To go this section on the bottom, my hole on the top is gonna be a little wider. And it's normal because it's sand soil. When you have a regular dirt soil, you're gonna need most likely sharpshooter, sometimes digging bar, and you have to just kind of go square the hole because the soil is stable, so it's gonna hold. But this one, it's gonna. So we're gonna try. See. So like I say, you see, it's going easier. In class, like you say, Bob, class B soil, this is not gonna happen. That I can just get this. One of the main thing, Bob, is using your body as a tool. As you see at the beginning, my first thing was adding my weight on my leg. So those shovel has a little support right here. That's specific for that, to push it with your feet. Because if you do it always by your shoulder, you're killing yourself. So now you're using your body to press it. So you don't have to just push it from there. And when you kind of getting that, just always, your arm has to be strong. This is your strong arm to lift it, and the other one is your guide. So just go right there, and the other one is kind of helping you to push the door wherever you need it. You may ask why I'm around the box, not digging in the area that is easy, because I need to know close to the pipe, because I have my markers right here, where is my depth, and then I can just start going to the opposite side. So as you see, I can now get my tape. I'm out on what I need. So now I can start going all sides, cleaning.
Was it
Inches of 3/4 inch rock and 18 inches of the handhole.
very nice?
Don't think they're always gonna be that easy to dig it. This was already a little too low, a little low, I'm sorry. But at the same time, it's sand. It's kind of easy. Sorry, I'm a little. But when it's like we say before, B soil is gonna be harder. So when we dig it, you're not gonna get that sand really quick like that. So put that one in consideration. This one is easy, but another type of soil, you have to be using the sharpshooter, probably the digging bar, and then take the door out. So it's gonna take a little longer. Now,
You know, in this temperatures and these heats, even if it isn't this hot outside, hydration is always key.
always keep this water close to you. If you are the foreman, make sure you keep the water for you and your crew. If you are just a laborer or leadman, make sure you foreman and help them. Help the foreman, help the leadman to make sure he has enough water, ice. You may see this hole is not 100% ready, but as you learn how you get this hang hose on position, you use your abilities to kind of be too easy digging it and get it a little more quicker. What I'm gonna do is now I have enough depth first that I know my depth on it. So, but the second one is I have enough depth to cut the pipes and be out of the way, because those pipes are almost hitting my chest. So they are in my weight. So what I'm doing now, I'm gonna cut those pipes because I already have my measurements on it. So I'm gonna cut those pipes to be below my knee level, and now I can just dig around without something being in my way. As you guys know, I already have my measurements right here. This is the top of the box. Okay, question for you, Bob. Do you remember how deep I told you the box it was?
24 inches
Total.
total. Yep.
But what was the box?
18.
18. So now from this line right here, I'm gonna go 18 inches. Let's clean it right here a little bit.
Very nice.
So this is my rack. So this is the bottom of the box. So now this specific box is gonna go 3 inches. The pipe is gonna be 3 inches higher inside the pipe. So now I have my bottom, I have my top. What I do, just keep that level right there. I just use 3 inches right there. So this is where I'm gonna cut this pipe. So
I switched everything from up above to down below.
Exactly.
I could cut my pipes to get them out of my way.
Exactly.
And I still have my depth of my rock and the top of the pipes.
now that because I already pre-marked the top, now I need this to be my guide now.
Yep.
And this is gonna be my top. So it's transferring the information from here to here. Because I already know that this is gonna go up. I already put the information in the pipe, so I'm using now that. Something just to mention right here, most of the time you don't have this problem, but in this case, because there was a lead time because a curb and gutter was not placed, and there's a lot of crossings right here, most of those pipes are on the street, we need to get pre-tested before, just in case there's any damaged pipe in the middle, we have to get the rope on it. So in a normal job, you don't have this problem that now when you cut in the pipe, you have the rope on it. So what we do is 2 pipes, actually it's only 1 pipe that has no rope. And the rest of the one has rope. I didn't think about in the beginning, but it was a blessing for me that I did my marking on the one that was not intentional. But when you go through this, try to look for the pipe that is empty. That's the first one you're gonna cut. Why? Because you don't have nothing on the way and you keep your level without getting problem, trying to. So if you have a pipe, that they are full of rope and you have a one that is no rope on it or no, start with that one. And then you go. So as I say, we're using this one. When you cut it, here's something that you need to know. You see that it's dirt, sometimes it's gonna be rocks or sand. Yes. If you can, like this, my sauce was small, you can just turn around, it's easy. Clean it a little bit. That way you don't damage your blade. If you have to take it out, it's usually easy to take it out and just clean it. Make sure you don't have rocks in the middle because you're gonna burn your blade really easy. Okay, it's back in. Make sure it's clean. Another thing before I cut, because I know that I need to be moving this, I need to get this rope out of my way. Why? Because I need to be moving each pipe of those ones before I get those one out of the way. This one, if you have a knee problem, use a knee pad. You guys didn't see me with gloves before because now we're gonna cut in pipe. Gonna be probably the sharp of the blade. Also, the pipe never comes smooth, so we want to make sure we're protecting our hands on it. So always when you dealing with cutting pipe, gluing, you have to have a gloves on it. Also, safety glasses. So I usually support my sawzall using the pipe as my hand support, and that way I can just support my handle. My sawzall on it. So just place my level. Go. I'm gonna start this one, but I need to remember that I have a rope on it. So try to use this position and the way the rope kind of moves to that side. And start cutting a little bit. So this pipe can just push it a little bit and see that it's breakable. in this case, because I'm trying to avoid cutting those ones, so it's not. So I need to still cut a little more. Now, it's brokeable. So we have that right here, the rope. So now, just to make it easy, we're gonna cut a little window. But you need to make sure that one doesn't fall into the other one. Okay, now, using this one, I can take the rope out of my way and keep going. What you do when this is all.
Cut yourself a new end.
So, exactly. Always keep your knife. This one is not rope on it, so what we do now, making sure we put the plugs in position. Now, as you see, it still has to go a little more right here, but this stuff is not in my way. So, I can just now I can check to see if I have my depth, and it's right there, 6 inches. And also, I need to see that I have enough to get my box. That is, remember I say 17 inches, but actually the outside of the box is gonna be 19 inches, so I have plenty enough. So,
is it a 19 outside, 19 by 34?
34 at the long side and 19 the width side. So now, I'm just getting everything. I know that this end is already ready. Like I said before, now those pipes are not in my way. So now I can just even use my feet to kind of just go in level. Like I said before, you can use your body as a tool to work sometimes, as long as you protecting yourself. Uh-oh. Find a rock right here, but it's not too big. Now we're gonna measure to see if we have enough. So my window of the box is 30, So that means my pipe is gonna be right here, so I have enough. And also can check right here, and I know that I have enough. Remember that I told you that we usually dig a little wider, and that way we have a room to. So when I can go right there, have more than 36 and a little more than 24. And as you can see, it looks a little wider because that was not too deep. If this will be all the way up to the curve, it will be wider. So now, what is the next process?
Putting the rock.
Put in the rock. Espérate, espérate. Ten esta más chica. Pues está bien esa. Por ahí así. You remember, Bob, that I told you that this one is gonna join right there. So to make sure, so this string is gonna be our guide because this hand was a square, so we need to get something square to be able to place it because this curve is a turn. So when it's a possibility that you have something straight, that's the best because it's gonna look with the consistency. And now we're gonna place the rock. As you see my mark, I try to be as level as possible. One is really important is remember this one already we have already rope on it. So we want to try to making sure there is no rock going into that pipe. So what we do, clean it before, no, and just go one by one. If you need help, you feel like you need help, just get your body guy. Making sure it's coming on. So we try to avoid to leave those too close to this one. So what we can do is move it, the pipe a little more to this side because this is flat. And it has to be kind of almost touching, just leaving a little room when they pull the cable or it's not touching that any edge right here. So if I remove it, you're gonna see that it's about 1/2 inch. So it's where you leave it no more than 1 inch away. So if you are like that, that's the max. So you can just be almost touching, as you see. And now my second to make sure is I'm missing rock. It's gonna be, it's a little low. So can you, Raul, please give me a scoop of rock right here in this corner outside? Okay. For right now, this hole, this is my top right here. Now I have a guide right here that just tell me that this corner is already good. So now I'm gonna use my little short level to go. As you see, this is, but it's a little, what I talked before, that it's supposed to be with the 2%. So even the handhole has to go with that 2%. Now this is already my base. This is good, but now I have to use that percentage to go up there. So now what I'm doing is, Raul, can you please give me 2 shovels of rock on the back side of this? Now I'm start lifting into it. Wait. Now, wait. Now I know that I am where I want it to be. But this is also going higher to that side. So I have to see all different angles to the curve. Now I need to see how is this one going to this side. At this moment, this box is level. But my curve right there is a little higher. So I need to go a little higher that side too. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna add a little rock in the middle inside because it's a little low. So we're adding a little rock inside to kind of keep that box doesn't come in. Okay, just give me one outside. Okay, now I have, it's good for now because we need to make sure it's up there. And it's not too much. What are we missing now?
Distances from the curve.
From the curve or from, in this case, my pipe is gonna give me the distance. I can't not move more to that way, but I need to make sure my screen is my, so it's not really straight, but it's giving me a little. So what I'm doing is using the back side of the tray, kind of give me a little, and I know, you see, I am touching, just barely touching, and I can see, okay, how much I have right there. I have a 21 and 378. So now I'm going to the other side and just do the same. Because sometimes you don't have a level to go perfect, so you need to kind of just touch it. Ooh, it is just, oh no, it's to the other side. You see, this is already going in. So this is ready. So we just add a little bit more rock inside to make a level. It has to be just sit on rock, not filled with rock. So you can see the bottom of the box is always has to be visible. It's a rule from Edison. Now, I told you the pipe's supposed to be 3 inches. I think I am there. So we already squared the box every side. We always add a little bit of rock in the bottom, and that's for kind of support on place before we put the dirt on it, and that way it doesn't move. So this is ready for start backfilling. Always start the corners a little by a little, and that way it doesn't move. So when we backfill it, so Raul is gonna help me one side, and I'm gonna do the other side. When it's possible, we go like, he's gonna go that corner, I'm gonna try to use this corner. Why? We wanna try to avoid moving the box. As he's moving away, I move it the other side. And for compaction reason, we're gonna leave it lower right now because this sand is already dry. We need to be adding a little bit of water as we complete the backfilling, but this is how this box is gonna be. As we said before, this was my form for the higher that I want, 2¼ inch. Come up, check the level right here. So I go right here now, you see that the level is going a little bit up. That's kind of giving a little percentage. And the same thing, this level is going a little up right there, going with that percentage because the curve, and I just kind of give you this one, is going up right there too. So we need to follow that difference on the curve as much as possible, all sizes. Thank you.